Welcome to this video. In this session, we are going to discuss the topic corrosion and its control. Myself, Dr. M. Kumar, Associate Professor, belongs to the Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Arts and Science, Bihar, Chennai 73. The definition for corrosion is nothing but destruction of metal or alloys by the chemical or electrochemical reaction with the environment. The metals or alloys react with the environment leads to destruct metal surface is called corrosion. You just see the figures, ship, container and other alloy materials are corroded by a chemical reaction. This chemical reaction may be by electrochemical mean or with environment. Chemicals present or oxidizing agents present in environment leads to form metal oxides or any other compounds, leads to destroy the metal uh, substances. This type of destruction is called corrosion. This corrosion is a huge headache to every government and industries, even individuals, because most of the materials are made up of iron or iron alloys of ions. This iron or alloys of iron destructed by corrosion will collapse the material, so we must buy new one, so it very cost effective. That's why it's a very huge headache to uh, all the governments and in private industries as well as to individuals. So that we want to prevent the corrosion is a major one to save our economy. In this manner, we are going to talk about a dry or uh, chemical corrosion. Actually, corrosions are classified into two types. One is electrochemical corrosion and another one is chemical corrosion. At first, we are going to talk about chemical corrosion or dry corrosion. This type of corrosions mainly happen by oxygen or oxidation corrosion. I mean, oxygen present in environment leads to form a rust on iron is called dry corrosion or chemical corrosion. Another manner, corrosion by hydrogen, liquid metal corrosion. These are the topics under chemical or dry corrosion. At first, we are going to explain oxygen or oxidation corrosion. In this process, it's common one when we expose metal or alloys into open space, leads to form metal oxides. The formation of metal oxides with the help of oxygen present in environment leads to form corresponding metal oxides. These metal oxides is get away from the alloys, so the strength of the metal will reduce. So oxidation corrosion is brought about by the direct attack of oxygen at low or high temperature on metal surface in the absence of moisture. If moisture is present, alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium and alkaline earth metals, magnesium, calcium, strontium and other metals rapidly oxidized at low temperature. At high temperature, almost all metals except gold, silver and platinum. These three metals or biocompatible materials, they have very low oxidation uh, process, so that the process of oxidation is too difficult in high temperature by the environmental oxygens. The chemical corrosion on gold and silver is too difficult. Here a pictorial representation of oxidation process by environmental oxygen. When we expose the metals, it leads to form corresponding metal oxides. These corresponding metal oxides are very weaker than metals. The mechanism of oxidation process is shown here. At first, just imagine a galvanic cell. All metals are act as anodes because oxidation takes place on anode. M is converted into M2 plus. It releases 2 electrons. So removal of electrons from metal is called oxidation. Addition of electrons to metals are called reduction. So in this reaction, M is converted into M2 plus. It releases 2 electrons. So this process is called oxidation process. So oxygen is converted into oxide ion O2 minus due to the transfer of electrons from metal. When oxygen directly meet on the surface of a metal, the electrons released from the oxidation process leads to convert oxygen molecule into ion, oxide ion O2 minus. Overall reaction is two metals release n by 2 react with n by 2 oxygen gives 2 n plus n number of oxide ions. I mean, it means one metal atom react to form one oxide ion. So this oxide ion further react with metals again and again, it will form rust on the surface of the metal. This is the mechanism of oxidation corrosion. Next one is corrosion by other gases like hydrogen. Generally oxidation is oxidation is the process elimination of electron from the metal. Hydrogenation means, reduction means addition of electrons to the metal. So in this slide we are going to explain hydrogen embrittlement, the reaction between hydrogen and metal ion, metal surface. We are going to discuss in this slide. Loss in ductility of a metal in the presence of hydrogen is known as hydrogen embrittlement. The mechanism behind this reaction is at first iron. For example, we take iron. Iron react with hydrogen sulfide present in the environment. It will form hydrogen Fe(S) plus 2 hydrogen. These 2 hydrogens further react form hydrogen molecule. This type of Fe(S) formation leads to destruct the strength of the material. So the embrittlement formed when the amount of Fe(S) increased, the alloy's strength is embrittle. So that the embrittlement happened by hydrogen is called hydrogen embrittlement. Next one is decarburization. The presence of carbon in steel gives us sufficient strength to it. Actually, when we form alloys, we put some pure carbons to improve the strength of alloys. But when steel is exposed to hydrogen environment at high temperature, atomic hydrogen is formed. Hydrogen molecule present in atmosphere react with metal alloy in presence at high temperature to form hydrogen, atomic hydrogen. This atomic hydrogen react with carbon present in alloy to form methane. This type of reactions will decrease the strength of alloys. The carbon content in steel is decrease. The process of decrease in carbon content in steel is known as decarburization. This process is called decarburization. The environmental hydrogen at high temperature it converted into uh, hydrogen atom. This hydrogen atom directly react with the carbon present in alloy, leads to remove carbon from the alloy surface. This removal leads to decrease the carbon strength in alloy. This process is called decarburization. So removal of carbon from the metal alloys is called decarburization. Next one is the liquid metal corrosion. This is due to chemical action of flowing flowing liquid metal at high temperature on solid metal or alloys. Such corrosion occur in devices used for nuclear power stations. When two different alloys or two metals uh, meet at that place, will corrode due to galvanic corrosion. Potential difference occur, due to that corrosion will happen. When liquid metals meet with alloys, it leads to make corrosion. That process is called a liquid metal corrosion. This leads to destruction of a solid metal by liquid metal. I mean the solid metals I will destruct due to flow of liquid metals on it. Internal penetration of a liquid metal into solid metal will happen when liquid and solid metals meet. Both this mode of corrosion cause weakening of the solid metal. This two process leads to weakening the solid metal. Next one is wet or electrochemical corrosion. Up to now we discuss about chemical corrosion, and now we are going to talk about wet or electrochemical corrosion. Electrochemical corrosion involves the formation of anodic and cathodic areas or parts in contact with each other. So in this type of corrosions, one part act as anode, another part act as cathode. This anode and cathode formation leads to make a galvanic difference. This galvanic difference make corrosion. Generally all metals act as anode because metals undergo oxidation. This type of galvanic corrosion taken place presence of conducting medium, where the metal or alloys in conducting medium undergo wet or electrochemical corrosion. Corrosion takes place only anodic area because in anode electrons will release, so that the strength of metals will decrease. Formation of corrosion product somewhere between anodic and cathodic areas. This involves flow of electric current between the anodic and cathodic areas. This potential difference leads to flow of current between anode and cathode. At anodic area, oxidation reaction takes place. Liberation of free electrons. M is converted into M n plus n number of electrons. So in anodes always undergo corrosion. Most of the metals can act as anodes. So anodic metal is destroyed by either dissolving or assuming combined state. Metal oxides will form. This metal oxides leads to destruct the strength of that alloys. Hence, corrosion always occur at anodic areas. The mechanism behind this reaction is a metal is converted into metal oxide. Oxidized state. It will release n number of electrons. If that metals are in liquids or any solvents, they dissolves in solution or forms compounds with oxide. This is the mechanism. Next one is hydrogen evaluation type of corrosions. All metals above hydrogen in the electrochemical series have a tendency to get dissolved in anodic solution with the simultaneous evaluation of hydrogen. It occurs in acidic environment. Consider the example of iron at anode. Iron converted into Fe2 plus. It releases 2 electrons. This released electrons used to convert hydrogen atom into hydrogen molecule. Whereas H plus ions of acid solution, because acids release H plus ion, that released H plus ions converted into H2 molecule with help of electrons released from the oxidation process of Fe into Fe2 plus. So overall reaction is Fe react with 2 hydrogens, it gives Fe2 plus 2 one hydrogen molecule. This is the hydrogen evaluation type corrosion. Next one is oxygen absorption type corrosion. Rusting of iron in neutral aqueous solution of electrolytes like sodium chloride in the presence of atmospheric oxygen is a common example of this type of corrosion. The surface of iron is usually coated with a thin film of iron oxide. However, if this iron oxide film develops some cracks, anodic areas are created on the surface. So at anode, metal dissolves as a ferrous ion with the liberation of electrons. Anodic oxidation takes place in iron. At cathode, oxygen at molecule O2 get electron from the anode, react with water to form hydroxide ion. This hydroxide ion directly react with Fe2 plus to form ferric hydroxide. This ferric hydroxide further undergo to form ferrous hydroxide as yellow rust. This reaction leads to form yellow colored compound on iron or alloys of iron. This type of corrosion is called oxygen absorption type corrosion. Now that we are going to talk about difference between dry chemical corrosion or wet electrochemical corrosion. chemical corrosion or electrochemical corrosion. Chemical corrosion occurs in dry condition. Electrochemical corrosion occur in moisture condition. It's due to the direct chemical attack of the metal by environment. I mean, chemical corrosion takes place only direct attack of chemicals on metal surface. Electrochemical corrosion is due to the formation of a large number of anodic and cathodic areas. Formation of anodic and cathodic areas leads to form corrosion in electrochemical manner. Even a homogeneous metal surface gets corroded. In chemical corrosion, homogeneous metal surfaces can corrode, but in electrochemical corrosion, homogeneous metals will not corrode. It need heterogeneous by formation of anodic and cathodic area. Corrosion products accumulate at the place of corrosion in chemical corrosion. In electrochemical corrosion, the corrosion takes place at anode while the products are formed elsewhere, converted into other form. In chemical corrosion, it is a self-controlled process, because when the product of iron or corresponding chemical products formed, it will break the interaction between surface of metal with environment. But electrochemical process is continuous. This electrochemical process cannot be stopped by the products. Chemical corrosion absorption mechanism. It follows electrochemical reaction. Chemical corrosion, in chemical corrosion, formation of a mild scale or iron surface is an example. Rusting of iron in moist atmosphere is an example. These are the difference between chemical and electrochemical corrosion. So next we are going to talk about the types of electrochemical corrosion, because electrochemical corrosion is a more vast area in corrosion. The electrochemical corrosion is classified into following two types. One is galvanic corrosion, another one is differential aeration or concentration cell corrosion. First, we are going to talk about galvanic corrosion. Galvanic corrosion is nothing but generation of anode and cathodes on the metal surface. Here we show one example, zinc. The interaction between zinc and iron. In this connection, zinc metal act as anode. It undergo oxidation, so it release electron. So in this connection, zinc metal will destruct. Now let's connect iron and copper. In this metal junction, iron undergo corrosion. This type of corrosion is called a galvanic corrosion. A galvanic cell generated by the junction of two different metals. The potential difference rises due to connection between zinc and iron, as well as iron and copper. It leads to form a flow of electron. Current flow, it leads to make electrochemical corrosion. Another example, general example of galvanic corrosion. Steel screw in brass marine hardwares. Suppose we use screws in marine hardwares. They have different combinations. The screws have different combinations, so that whether the screw or the metal act as anode, the potential difference rises due to the various metal combination. Bolt nut made of the same metal is preferred, because if we use a different bolts and nuts leads to form corrosion. This is the simplest example of electrochemical corrosion. One metal acts as anode, another metal acts as cathode. Suppose a water molecule or any other conducting liquids placed on there, it can act as electrochemical cell. Electrolysis process will happen. This electrolysis process leads to reduce the one metal by the oxidation. This is the simplest example of electrochemical corrosion. Next is differential aeration or concentrated cell corrosion. This type of corrosion occurs when a metal is exposed in varying concentration of oxygen or any electrolyte on the surface of the metal base. Here zinc metal is dipped in zinc chloride. In this process, zinc metal reduced into zinc 2 plus and it will release 2 number of electrons. This oxidation process leads to corrode the surface of this electrode, zinc electrode. This corrosion is called differential aeration or concentration cell corrosion. Another one example of differential aeration corrosion is pit or local corrosion, crevice corrosion, pipeline corrosion, corrosion on wire fence. These are the examples of differential aeration corrosion. Pitting corrosion is nothing but when a pit or scratches form on the surface of the metal leads to form a slight anode. The surface, the fit surface can act as anode. The remaining metal is act as cathode. This formation of anode and cathode on the surface due to scratch or forming fit leads to form galvanic process when water molecules place on it. When water molecules are placed on the surface of the metal leads to make a galvanic process. This type of corrosion is called pitting corrosion. Next one is crevice corrosion. Crevice corrosion is nothing but the different metallic objects linked. In this type of one metal surface act as anode, another one is act as cathode. Due to that rust will form. This type of corrosion is called crevice corrosion. Next one is a pipeline corrosion. The same metals placed in different soils. One is less aerated, another one is more aerated. The same pipeline placed in clay and sand. This type of these conditions may lead to form galvanic process. Due to differential aeration, this pipeline will get corrosion. This type of corrosion is called a pipeline corrosion. Next one is corrosion in wire fences. On wire fences, the junction of wire fences can act as anode. The remaining part is act as cathode, so that the potential difference occur. Anode release electrons, so electron flow leads to form corrosion on the wire fences. Now we are going to explain the factors influencing corrosion. What are the factors influencing corrosion? There are two main factors. One is nature of the metal, another one is nature of the corroding environment. These are the factors influencing corrosion. Nature of the metal. Nature of the metal means physical state. Purity of metal also play important role on the corrosion. Over voltage. The over voltage of metal is corrosive environment is inversely proportional to corrosion rate. Next one is the nature of surface film. These are the physical nature of corrosion environment. Next one is nature of corrosion environment. One is temperature. Temperature play very important role. When we rise the temperature, the increase the rate of corrosion. Temperature and corrosion is directly proportional. Rise of temperature leads to form a rise of corrosion. Next one is humidity of air. Humidity of air, if water humidity increased, the corrosion rate will increase because the availability of water molecule on the surface of the metal leads to form galvanic process. Next one is presence of impurities in the environment, atmosphere. When the impurities increase, the chemical reaction, most of the different chemical reactions will happen due to that. A metal surface will get corrosion faster. Next one is presence of suspended materials. Presence of suspended materials leads to form absorption of moisture on the surface of the metal. When the suspended materials placed on the surface of the metal leads to absorb water molecules present on environment, so that the suspended material also play important role on the formation of corrosion. Thank you.